Hey and welcome, I'm Hammeh and welcome to Overwatch's 2020 Year of the Rat event. We're going to be going through the new stuff and first and foremost, straight up front and centre, look at Face Changer Sombra. What a cool skin this is. I'm pretty sure everyone is going to be wanting this one. Me, myself, going to be grabbing it. We are going to be going through the new content, having a look at the new cosmetics, but also talking about a bit, as I like doing, and I didn't at Christmas quite so much, but we're coming back to this now, and I'm going to do a dedicated Lure of the Skins video, so keep an eye out for that over the next few days, maybe early next week. But we'll go through a little bit of the top level as to the inspirations behind some of these skins as well, particularly the legendaries, because they're very cool. Now, you may have seen some of these leaked on social media beforehand. This event was only announced yesterday, coming today, in a sort of a, hey guys, it's coming tomorrow from the Overwatch team. And then these skins got leaked, sadly, on social media not too long after that. So if you've already seen these, then timecodes are in the description below if you want to skip to the other stuff. But we will absolutely go through everything here. So big fan of Monk Doomfist, looking a little bit more sort of wooden. I'm liking the strapping, liking the sort of the slightly more organic look to this set of garments that the Doomfist is wearing. A little more monastic, even though he's still got the tech poking through there in various different ways. Particularly the good old knees there, I think personally. Getting stuck into that. And of course there is a play and play and earn challenge for the skins as well. So that's week 1. And of course you'll get other little bits of cosmetic. Your icons, your sprays and things as well. Liking this ancient bronze style Winston. And these are nice skins. I know this is a different colouring job with a little bit of facial sort of tattooing and paint here on Winston, but a real nice looking skin for something that you can earn. And I do like the way that with the recent challenges the Overwatch team have definitely, you can see that there have been criticisms like years ago, the rare skins, the epic skins, the ones underneath the legendaries aren't as good as the legendaries themselves. And these ones that you can earn now I feel have really stepped up, particularly over the last year. So big fan of this one. This one, paper cutting Hammond, very, very popular. Everyone all over this one when they saw this leaked. And of course, I've got golden Hammond guns anyway because Hammeh, hamsters. So if you want some gold Hammond, I like sort of the paper cutting style decoration as well. And just, with my I should have taken my golden weapons off, shouldn't I? But loving the sort of the doily style paper cutting, paper flower style Hammond there. And of course, Hammond just balling there in gold, as you do. So, going on to legendaries, and I will go into all of the background to these in a lot more detail in my Lore of the Skins video, but firstly, we have Opera Brigitte, and I love this skin. So good. Just the detail and the flow and the mace and everything. So, this is based off, it's Chinese, Peking, Beijing, whatever you want to call it, opera, traditional opera. So, Chinese opera goes back like 400 years. It's the mid-Qin dynasty onwards. Qin dynasty was, I can't remember. I think it's till about like the mid 1900s, something like that. So yeah, just a standard Chinese 300-year-long dynasty, as you do. Well known for its ornate costumes, high vocal performance, finesse of movement in Chinese opera as well. It's a lot of graceful movement, graceful fighting. It's more stylistic, more sort of interpretive, more representational rather than physical. So like say if you're in a theatre and there were people having a realistic sword fight, a Peking, a Chinese, a Beijing opera performer would be moving in a more flowing stylistic manner, not like a realistic film style sword fight. I think the opposite of that. Really, really beautiful movement form emphasised, movement sort of style emphasised, with substance in those rather than it being a direct literal representation, like don't think of a film sword fight, for example, if you're thinking of someone acting in terms of battle or something in Chinese opera. So there's 4 kind of traditional sort of roles in Chinese opera. There's sort of the shung role, which is like the older male, sort of the sort of it can be an older male or a sort of a sort of leading man type role. There's the dan, which is kind of like ladies' roles. In the past, kind of like think like Shakespearean theatre as well. Some of these would also be played by sort of young boys and men and things like that. There's the Qing role, which is kind of like the hard man style role. It's like the sort of the more, if a Shung is kind of a leading man, a leading handsome man, or a powerful man, or maybe an older wiser man, then a Shung role is kind of a hard man, maybe slightly antagonist occasionally, but it can be used in a lot of different ways. These are broad stereotypes. And then there's also the sort of chow role, which is like the more clown role. It can occasionally be other people who have their faces painted in different ways, but there's sort of it can be comedic relief, but it can also be sort of other roles that might have a different face makeup on or things like that. So pull all of those together, and you have Chinese opera. Can be performed in a lot of different ways, and indeed Sombra's skin, I think, links into Chinese opera as well, or a particular part of it, but it can also be in other sort of cultures as well that have face changing, mask changing type things. So we'll go into Sombra in a second. But as for what you can see in Chinese opera, you can see many different stories. Beijing, Peking opera, the sort of Romance of the Three Kingdoms. The theme of last year's Overwatch skins is very much one, which is very, very cool too. So yeah, sort of a whole Chinese opera skin. This I need to, I'll be honest with you, have a more of a look into, which I'm going to, is to sort of, this is a specific character or type. But if you do know, I do know Chinese opera a bit in general. I am not an expert in all of its facets, I'll be honest with you. So if you have more knowledge than me, please do share it in the comments below as to what you think this could look like. And I can't wait to start looking more into Chinese opera for Lore of the Skins. But just loving the look, the makeup, everything on this skin. She looks fierce. I've been playing Brigitte again as well as some Baptiste. Brigitte is a lot of fun in Overwatch at the moment. I've always enjoyed playing her. And she's fun in her existing form as well. Maybe not quite as good as Baptiste, but who isn't right now, right? So now if we go on to this one, this is pretty cool. So this is Lucio. Lucio being, I think, a little drummer boy. And it's Korean drumming. So it's Samul. And forgive me my Korean pronunciation. Samul. Now it's 4-instrument percussion Korean music, traditional Korean music. So there's kind of 4 pungmul. You've got 2 different sizes of gong. You've got an hourglass-shaped drum, and then like something that like Western-wise would kind of be like a bass drum as well, in sort of a percussion-style arrangements. So this is Lucio, and I need to, forgive me, just quickly go back and have a look at. Remember, I've got golden weapons turned on. I've got golden Schlager. Look at the rose. Look at the sort of the flower lotusy type. It's not a race, sorry. That's a fantastic shield. I don't have enough credits. Oh, right, I need to start playing for my loot boxes. Right, anyway, I'm getting distracted from Samul and Lucio being a bit of a drummer, a percussionist, which we all know kind of fits with well, some of his musical tendencies, which I like. And very cool looking Lucio weapon there as well. Loving that. So there you go, that's Samul Lucio, directly citing him as being the Korean percussionist it's inspired after. This one, interesting. Now, mask dancing. I'm going to go with this. This is looking more, I think, Korean to me. Now, please forgive me if I'm wrong in nature. But there's kind of mask dancing and then face changing. So I think they've gone for the more sort of Korean style of mask dancing here. In terms of mask dancing, for Moira here, which is pretty cool. Mask dancing in terms of Korean style stuff is Haichum, I think, Haichum. And that is kind of a phrase Korean-wise, which is all apparently general kinds of mask dancing. I'm not quite so up on my Korean mask dancing. But if it's used specifically, it's for like a North Korean provincial form of it. And a mask dance performance in a more sort of general Korean sense is like a 7-act affair, starting with one to do with sort of the 4 gods, driving away demons, and something that sort of puppet dancing and mask dancing have always been traditionally associated with in various sort of Eastern cultures, and then going through a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So this is Moira in potentially her Korean mask dancing form. That's looking at more sort of hanbok, kind of like Korean robish to me. And the reason I know that is because of, or would speculate that is because of previous Lunar New Year skins. But yeah, feeling a bit more Korean to me in nature, that one. So there you go. Certainly a very unique, bright skin that will certainly make you the eyes and envy of many on the battlefield, I think. Now finally, and I just, like, this is a fantastic, I mean, look at the detail in this, and just look at I'm a real fan. Everyone loves this Sombra skin. from initial reactions, and this was the one they actually announced on social media before the leaks. So just look how cool. So if this is Chinese style face changing, then it's Bian Liang, and that's actually from a facet of Chinese opera. It's Sichuan opera. It's well known in. I'll chat with my old man on this one and double check. But that's more like southwest central province of China. So you might see this in sort of Chinese opera, things dubbed Chinese opera, but this is sort of known as a special Sichuan, or sort of known as a Sichuan kind of opera style, where performers basically have they practice to sort of change their face on stage, and with skill. They partially through waving their arms, twisting their heads, contorting their face, different style. Paint on their face and makeup on their face, so they can change the way that their face looks sort of multiple times, in a scene, in a performance, to make themselves look like multiple different people or multiple different characters representing themselves in different ways while not leaving the stage effectively. Initially it was changing into a blue face in different faces, and actors would go backstage, but then the actors would actually do it as a stunt. So there's kind of major and minor face changing. Like you can, in major, you can change your face like entirely, 3, 5, or even 9 different times, 9 different ways. But in minor face changing, you'll just change part of your face. So think of a minor face change as like, happy face, sad face. If I contort my face or cheeks, I can change my makeup. But if you do it in a more intricate way, with more sort of skill and different sort of techniques, then you can do it in multiple different ways. So really, really love that way. Sometimes you can smear your face to make it look different, smear your makeup. You can sort of pull your face in different ways and other ways. So certain actors were known for changing their face from red to white. So Zhuge Liang, one of the generals in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, a famous character, could have his face represented in different colours and different ways, which is so awesome. So there we go, a little bit behind those skins. I will go into them in a lot more detail in a separate video. Can't wait to do that. So look out for Lure of the Skins. Emote time. Bastion just going for a bit of kite flying. Oh no, and he's lost his kite. A traditional Lunar New Year pastime. And we saw this in the advert, but this is Hansel lighting his paper lantern. Traditionally, of course, done a lot. Nowadays, a lot of people not a fan of this for environmental reasons. Also for setting things on fire reasons. So please do think twice before you light a paper lantern. There you go, important Hammeh safety notice there. But a very, very nice emote. And Hanzo, you know what, you can do this in his Overwatch little dojo, all he likes. Well, he's not in his Overwatch, he's actually in Lichang Tower, but there you go. Victory poses. Well, aside from the fact that Baptiste is sipping this through his through his mask, but this has got sound effects on. This is a really nice victory pose. And he's making the noises as well. It's a lot of fun. Farah just straight up saluting with a lion mask. She's like, yep. I like her face. Do you think she's like, why do I have to do this? It's like she's in a PR shot or something, isn't it? She's like, really? I don't think she's enjoying holding this mask. What do you reckon? But yeah, straightforward. Well, of course, this looks like something that Torb would do. And of course, with his hand, with his robot arm, his prosthetic, his little bit of tech, he's not going to be in danger of that blasting off in his hand. That's a Torb party trick if ever I saw one. On to the voice lines.
Don't you worry.
Okay.
Need something?
Skål!
Skål!
I'll have another.
Everyone's drinking.
I feel like dancing.
Fair enough.
How are you feeling? Erdoy.
A bit of Gaelic.
Stack overflow.
Eris is not feeling well.
I don't think so.
Fair enough.
An anomaly. Gelukkig nieuwjaar.
If I can think it, I can create it.
Too early for flapjacks.
So we get our dragon dances. Again, Baptiste gets a beginning and the end of the dragon. He gets both. Get some love there. Doomfist doing some monastic focus. There we go. Hey, that's exactly... If I just looked ahead, then I got it right. Korean Moira it is. Hope my pronunciation was okay. Sigma. Dumpling grasp. The dumplings belong to me. Face changing Sombra or the mask. I love it. That's a really good skin. There you go. Bronze Winston statue. Loving that. Spring. Hey. Little Hammeh doily. Opera warrior Brigitte. Oh, so cool. Such a big fan of that skin as well. And Samul Nori. There we go. Lucio playing some drum. Straightforward Year of the Rat. Competitive CTF is back. CTF Blitz is a new mode. And we get Doomfist's highlight intro. Doomfist Junkrat. Why did I think that was Doomfist? This goes with the Roadhog one. So we've got Roadhogs picking out one. Look how many he's trying to eat at the same time. That's revolting. I love it. Junkrat is just all pooped out. Alrighty then. So there we have it. So I'm going to leave it on my favourite. It's a hard decision. It's a hard decision. No, I'll tell you what I'm going to go for. Like, I love playing Brigitte. So this is my favourite. But Sombra is also my favourite just because of this face changing, which is brilliant. Like oh, that's just so cool. I think technically I'm gonna have to leave it on this. If I was going with my heart and who I'm going to play most, I'd go with Brigitte. But like, I love the look of this one as well. So cool. So there you have it. That is Year of the Rat. What do you think of all of these? Do let me know in the comments below. If you like, throw a like and subscribe. Do check out my other Overwatch lore videos, my review of all Overwatch lore for the last 3 or 4 years. I have been a little quiet since December. As a quick channel update for you, I am working on Pilot Week content. I'm going to be sharing 2, 3, maybe 4 different videos. I'm hoping to do that before the end of January. So it may all start next week, but certainly before the end of January, there'll be 3 or 4 different lore videos here on this channel. Some in Overwatch formats, some in videos formats of other kinds of game and other kinds of things that you've asked me for the last couple of years since I've been talking about this. So all the Overwatch content will stay here. There will be new videos for you to enjoy soon. Keep an eye out on my Twitter at HammehLore, my Instagram at HammehLore, and indeed here on the community tab of the channel for more news. Do let me know anything new you'd like to see from me in the comments. I will be doing new and different Overwatch videos as well as other things soon. So please do check out all of my other videos in the playlist here. Big thanks to my patrons on Patreon, who, as always, have made my content possible. Do let me know what you think of all good things Overwatch. As always, how's it all feeling for you? Let me know how your Overwatch lives and things are going. What would you like to see from me in Pilot Week? I've almost got everything ready, but I'd love to hear your thoughts as to what you'd like to see new as well. Cheers for your patience, for sticking with my channel, for all of your support over the last nearly 5 years. And I can't wait to see where 2020 is going to take us. Lots of exciting things to come for you as well. Cheers for tuning in. I've been Hammeh. Take it easy.